Yeah, hello, back again to the VDMA Circular Economy Forum. Now we're talking about converting recyclates, a collaborative European approach. With me today, Mario Maggiani. He's the Managing Director of plas.TV, the Italian Association for Plastics and Rubber Machines. And with me, Alexandre Dongis from EUPC, that's the European Plastics Converters. First question, you've been here on K-Show, I think a couple of days now, that's the third day of K-Show. What is your first impression about circular economy? Mario.
First of all, I would say that for sure, just walking along the aisles and in all the pavilion, I would say environment, and in particular circular economy, is the hot topic of this K edition. Everywhere, in every exhibitors, you find something concerning circular economy. I mean, a lot of people, as usual, attending K-Show in terms both of exhibitors, but also and mainly of visitors. So that's for sure the good occasion to discuss about the possibility of having a better image of plastic for sure, but also how to manage the problem of plastic, because that's a problem for sure, at least for the majority of the people.
Alexander.
Well, I have a good impression, although I have to say this is already my sixth or my seventh K. And for the first time I've seen really a drive of getting much more involved in the circularity of polymers. And I think this is extremely important for the future of our industry. I'm also involved in a lot of political challenges, as you know, in the European Commission working towards these 10 million tons. So the industry needs to put all its activities together in order to make sure that this circularity is going to be realized. And when I see the stands here, it is an issue where everybody is getting involved.
You just mentioned those 10 million tons, which are the goal set for 2025 of the European Commission. So that is only 6 years from now. That is a quite tough goal. Question number one, do you think this will happen without any regulation?
Well, the first thing to say is that the 10 million ton is an aspirational target. It's not a binding legislation. The second thing to say is that the industry is working towards achieving this target of 10 million ton. And we are setting up this Circular Plastics Alliance together with regulators in order to get involved in every stage of the circularity of getting there. There are parts where the industry can act and can do things, but there are parts where the public authorities have an immense role to play when it comes to collection, sorting, how you're going to sort, how you're going to collect. The challenge, I think, for our industry is to make sure that where are we going to use these 10 million tons, in which products, by using which technologies. This is where I think we will have to focus as a plastics industry.
Okay. Going one step to the front and recycling converting recyclates in new products, according to the feedback you get, is that easy? Is it a challenge? Is it a risk? I don't know. What's your opinion?
The use of recycled material in converting technologies is only starting. I think that for the past years we've seen that we've done a lot of surveys and inquiries with converters on the difficulties they have in using recycled materials in different kind of technologies, and I have to say that we are limited in the kind of technologies which can absorb today recycled materials. This is where we need to work together with machinery industry to develop additional technologies to absorb more of these recycled materials and to improve the quality of these recycled materials as well. So this is where the efforts, I think, will have to come.
If you look in the specific sectors, are there any sectors where it's really difficult to introduce recyclates in new products?
Well, I think the sectors are interlinked. Huh? You can easily see a lot of packaging waste ending up in either automotive or in building and construction applications. So the sectors are really, and the markets are interlinked when it comes to the use of recycled material. Hence the need to really work on technologies, because a converter is using a specific machinery, specific technology, and is also serving sometimes different markets. So we have to make sure that technologies and machinery are going to use much more recycled material in the future. But of course the collection aspects, the sorting, all of that is happening mainly in the short life applications, which is mainly packaging, of course, as we know it today.
Okay, Mario, technology, that's the issue. How about the technology? Well, where do we stand? Are we ready for converting recycled material?
Yeah, but I have to say, but it has already been underlined in an absolutely clear way. Technology is playing an important role in recycling. Starting from the mechanical recycling of the plastic waste, shoppers or PET bottles, etc., and etc., but going ahead to the use of recycled material. Obviously, all the machinery manufacturers in the last year, and I would say in particular in the last months, have focused their attention in updating their machinery in order to allow the use of a larger and larger percentage of recycled material. Then we have a theme Alexander was saying and underlining, the quality of recycled material, because obviously if you have a good quality of recycled materials, it becomes easier to process it. Yeah. If the quality is bad, it can become obviously a problem. If we have the same material, like the clear example is PET, if we have a good quality of recycled PETs, it's absolutely not a problem. We can go also to bottle with recycled PET. But if we have mixed material, for example, one of the problems we have in the so-called float packaging is that there are 3, 5, 7, 9 layers of different material. So it's difficult. You can recycle, but it's difficult to reuse 5 materials mixed together.
Yeah, I think that on that aspect there will always be applications which will be complex products. The recyclability of these complex products is an issue, but I was very, very happy to see that the chemical recycling route is being promoted. Absolutely. And being developed. Quite interesting. And every polymer type will have their own kind of chemical recycling routes. So the fact that the chemical industry is embracing the circularity, I think is extremely important.
Yes.
And the future is about creating circular polymers for our industry. And I think that society will realize how important the circularity of polymers will become, even in the climate change debate. Because we need plastics in the world. We need more and more embracing the use of recycled plastics as such in order to save some of the climate challenges that we have.
Absolutely. I fully agree with Alexandra. I mean, let me say it's hard, but unfortunately the question of plastic, it's really an emotional question today. So it's sometimes difficult to have a clear discussion with people. I'll just make an example. I was discussing with a person, say we have to go back to only glass bottles, and my answer was, okay, but 1 truck of PET preforms is equal to 20 trucks of glass bottles. So if we consider the carbon footprint, emission of CO2, etc., we have to take care. That's really the big problem. It's an emotional problem, but we cannot approach it in an emotional way. We have to approach it in a technical way, and I'm sure solution can be found.
Okay, gentlemen, what is your suggestion? What do we have to do? As we see, we've got those 10 million tons of recyclates in new products, and how can we work this out?
Well, I think in the Circular Plastics Alliance and the circular economy for plastics, there are a few points where industry will have to focus. I think the quality of the sorting and collection, this is where everything starts. So I think that there we need, specifically in Europe, to make sure that we harmonize a little bit better our collection and sorting infrastructures, because you still see a fragmentation of different collection systems, which is the base of creating quality for the input material. So there's a lot of work to be done there, and I know it's not easy, because Europe is today, with the all of the directives, is getting into a fragmented field, so we have to be very careful. So we have to push real hard to get out of this fragmentation and make sure that the best sorting, the best collection systems are being developed to have the right quality. Then, of course, we have to work on making sure that we can use the good quality in making the products circular and use the technologies, you know, to absorb these quantities. And in order to gain back the trust, I think, of society in a way, the whole circularity of the plastics industry will have to become a little bit more transparent. And this is where monitoring, where certification, where auditing will become very, very important.
Yeah. Plus, I think, and that's what we started already as EU PC and Euromap. Euromap stands for the European Plastics Machinery Manufacturers, will have to work together. Yes. Our members will have to have a very close interaction. We need to understand what the demands on the one side are, how we can fit the technology. We need this exchange. I think that's very important for circularity. That's the point of collaboration.
Absolutely. The solution of the problems can come also, and in particular, through the cooperation between plastic processor and machinery manufacturers. Only together they can find the real good solution to the problem.
Thank you, both gentlemen, for this short interview. Thank you very much for watching this, and be with us tomorrow again. Bye-bye. Ciao.
Thank you.